Hi there. Well, this is 2016 gardening year. I'm at my garden at Crossroads Garden where I gardened 2 years ago. I have two small plots and I'll show you what they are like here. Okay, I'll start in this plot here. As you can see, I've got a little log I can sit on right by the fence. I've got all my herbs down in here. Cilantro, basil, lemon balm, I can't remember everything I even have. Onions, all down in there. Back in here I planted a row late of kohlrabi that you can see in the back of the herbs. To the side of the herbs, I don't know if you can see them well, but there's some fennel that is growing. I'll try and zoom in on it here. There's some fennel that is starting to come up to the side here. And those things I planted late. I did not get my start in gardening this year until after June 1st, because May 1st I was moving and I didn't even know for sure who was going to have a garden. Now in back of these are tomato plants. I've got 3 shorter ones that I got from the gardens that they supplied, and in the back of those I got some taller ones that I started at home, some cherry tomato varieties. They're just starting to get some tomatoes on those, but none of them are ripe yet. So they're growing nice and tall. I've got them all staked out here. I've got Roma tomatoes in the front, some of those, and I can show you how some of those are growing. Let's see, here's some Romas down in, where can I find some? Right in there. There. So I'm getting some tomatoes growing in here. Waiting for them to get red. I've got one that's a little orange here. So a few more days, maybe a week. And then these are the ones these ones are the ones that I started. There's 2 or 3 of them that I started in winter in my apartment, my other apartment that I moved from. And they're getting tomatoes growing on them. But they're not getting ripe yet. They'll be a while. But I'm getting lots of cherry tomatoes. Now, I have a white fence that I use a lot, and this time I'm using it to kind of prop up a tomatilla. And I have some little ones I noticed that are just starting to produce. Some people have had a problem with their tomatillas in this garden this year because they've got some tomatilla beetles, but I was lucky and I haven't had much of a problem, although Japanese beetles are starting to come out, and I've been seeing Japanese beetles quite a bit. The other day they were out quite a bit. In the back here I've got a few peppers. I've already picked one pepper from this plant down here, but now it's growing a few more peppers on there. I've got another pepper plant there, and there's a pepper in there somewhere. I've got kale. Got a few plants of kale. I've got cabbage. This is the first year that I've grown cabbage. I've got 4 green cabbage. I have 4 red cabbage, or purple cabbage, and I have 3 broccoli plants. And tonight I just got my first small broccoli cuts from each of my broccoli plants. And I also have quite a large eggplant in my garden. I did plant some marigolds, but they're not growing yet. They're popped out, but they need to get their flowers along the edge of this fencing. And there's a pot of marigolds as well. Okay, I'll just cross this, and my other garden looks like a bunch of weeds, but it's not all weeds. I've been pulling grass every time I come up from this area in here. What I did is I planted some wildflowers to attract butterflies and bees. So I'm just waiting for them to come in and can't wait to see what they look like. The other half of this garden is some beets. I just planted another row of beets tonight. Here's a row of beets coming up. There's another row of beets I planted there. Another row of beets coming up. I planted another row of beets tonight. So I planted 4 rows of beets altogether. And here's some carrots. And I have some more beets that I just planted there. And here. And I have a few more carrots here. This is it for what my garden is like this year. I have 2 plots right next to each other here. So I will try to get it so you can see them a little better here. Whoop. Just trying to angle this right. It's where the owl is and the white fence, and then right over on this side of it. Both are my gardens. That one right here and this one here. So I will keep you posted how I'm doing this year. I hope you all have fun with your gardens. Happy 2016 summer. Bye.